Hello everyone, today I will be talking about how you can easily gear up a fresh level 80 character in Wrath of the Lich King Phase 2. One of the first things I would highly recommend you to do is to head into dungeons and try to do these on heroic mode. By doing this, you will be granted a decent amount of loot, and when you do this on heroic plus mode, which is a new feature in Phase 2, then you will always be granted epic loot whenever you kill a boss. But before you start doing these heroics and dungeons, then make sure to head to Dalaran and pick up the daily dungeon and the daily heroic quest. By picking up these quests, you will be granted additional emblems, and in Phase 2 there's even a new emblem you can get. So by completing the daily heroic, you will be granted 2 of these emblems. So whenever you kill a boss, you're always granted an epic loot. And this epic loot is equal to what used to drop in next Rammer's 10 man. On top of this, you will also be getting emblems of valor, and this you can spend in Dalaran to purchase different epic items that is equal to next 25 men. Overall, this is such an easy way to gear up your character, especially if you have some geared friends that can carry you in these heroics. And the final boss in the heroic will even grant you a lot of epic items. This time we got 3 different epic items, and one of them were even a tire token. So if you're a fresh level 80 character, make sure to try to do all the heroics every single day to gear up your character as fast as possible. And another amazing thing is that next 10 man now grants next 25 man loot, so it's going to be important to do next 10 man as fast as possible as well. Oh yeah, and by the way, when I completed the heroic, I even got this epic bag, and in the bag there were a couple of gold, but also 3 of the new emblems. So besides doing these heroics, then I would also recommend you to head to the auction house and look for different epic items. Some of the early Phase 1 epic items are so cheap right now, we're probably talking about anywhere between 200 to maybe 500 gold. And in my opinion, it's definitely worth it to buy some of these epic items if it increases your chance of getting into a heroic or maybe even a raid. Another easy way to get some decent epic items is to start doing Battlegrounds. When you do Battlegrounds, you're rewarded with honor, and this honor you can spend in Phase 2 on the new Furious epic items. I know these epic items are mainly for PvP, but nonetheless, as a first level 80 character, these are going to improve your character's performance by a lot. So make sure to do Battlegrounds whenever you're safe for all the heroics. If you plan to farm Battlegrounds, then remember to always pick up the daily PvP quest. This will grant you bonus honor and also arena points, which is a currency you can spend on purchasing different epic items. On top of this, to increase the honor that you gain, then remember to do Winter Grasp every 3 hours. In this zone, you can also pick up weekly PvP quests that grants you additional honor. And you can do Winter Grasp every 3 hours like I mentioned, so at 3 AM, 6 AM, 9 AM, 12 AM, but also PM. If you win Winter Grasp, you're also rewarded with 3 marks of Winter Grasp. If you lose the battle, you're rewarded with 1 of these marks. You can spend the marks right here at this quartermaster, and you are able to purchase different epic PvP items. There's for example a chest plate, a belt, helm, but also different PvP trinkets. So to sum up everything so far, make sure to head to the auction house to purchase epic items that help you get into heroics. When you get into heroics, you'll be rewarded with Emblem of Valor. This is a currency you spend right here in Dalaran, and these epic items are mainly equal to what you can get in next Rammer's 25 man. In fact, you can even purchase tire tokens, so tire 7.5 items. And as you complete the different daily heroic quests, you will be rewarded with Emblem of Conquest. This is the currency you also get in Uldur, the new raid in Phase 2. So these emblems you can spend right here at the quartermaster and buy loot that is equal to Uldur. Another thing that is going to be mandatory is to do the raid Vault of Acheron. You can do this on 10 and 25 man difficulty. This raid is located in the zone Winter Grasp. There's going to be 2 bosses in this raid. The first one right here is going to be dropping tier 7 items, but also hateful items. This is if you kill this on 10 man. If you decide to kill it on 25 man as well, you're rewarded with Deadly Gladiator items, but also tier 7.5 items. And there's even going to be a new boss in this raid, and this is going to be introduced here in Phase 2. On 10 man it's going to drop Deadly Gladiator items, and even tier 8 items. And on 25 man, tier 8.5 items, and it even has a chance to drop Furious Gladiator items. When I do this raid, I usually make my own groups, and on 10 man I try to do class runs, so I'm only going to bring 1 of each class. On 25 man, I tried to do it as spec run, so I'm only going to bring one of each specialization into the raid. This also increases my chance of getting loot. Another thing you should try to do every single week is to do 10 arena games. By doing 10 arena games every week, you're rewarded with arena points. These you could also get if you do the daily PvP quest, but also if you do a daily random battleground. But why is it so important to get these arena points? Well, simply because it allows you to gear up your character even faster. You can for example purchase these Deadly Gladiator items, and the weapons are decent enough for you to get into the new raid WOTLK. For those of you wondering how you can get even more arena points every single week, well, you just need to increase your rating. The higher rating, the more arena points. And in phase 2, there's introduced new PvP items. This is going to be the Furious Gladiator set, and there's also going to be weapons you can purchase if you manage to get 1800 rating. In fact, there's even better weapons if you manage to get to 2200 rating. And these weapons are equal to what you can get in 25-man WOTLK. But yeah, this is also what I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace!